Everyone, Kim here with Abundant Life Tarot. Welcome to a Mystery Mystic Musings reading. This is where we delve into energies surrounding current cases, current happenings in the world of disappearances or mysterious deaths. In this one, we are going to be discussing the case of a missing family of 4 out of Merced, California. And this one's quite disturbing, and I'm praying that the family is found, but there's some things that are giving me pause about this case. So, family of 4, mom, dad, their baby, their 8-month-old baby, and then her uncle, so maybe a brother to the mom or dad. 4 people were kidnapped, and it sounds like by force or by gunpoint. And thankfully, just as of this evening, I heard that the suspect has been found. However, he is in critical condition for attempting to take his own life. He's in ICU, intensive care unit at this time, and there is still no information on where the family members are, and that's just devastating. There's surveillance at a nearby bank in another nearby town, I should say, and it shows him withdrawing money from one of the adults' accounts, which means that he has their PIN number, their personal identification number for their ATM card. And so it's just like, what is this all about? And what led the authorities to even suspecting that there was an abduction or something happening with this family was the uncle's vehicle, his 2020 black Dodge Ram truck, was found, I guess, near some orchard, burned completely up. And so the police then go to try to find the owner. They couldn't find him. They reached out to some family members. They go to the business, and that's when it's discovered that the family is gone. And so the law enforcement has been acting quickly. The FBI is involved, but now dude ain't even saying anything because he now really can't. He's in intensive care for attempting to take his life. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and see what's going on energetically surrounding this case. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to start with this deck here versus my Mildred Payne. So we'll start with this deck first. Spirit, can you give us additional insights into what may have happened? Why this may have happened, where they may be. Shuffle that. Why this happened or where they may be, this family. Okay. Doing it a little different. Okay. All right. So here's what we've got. So needs to interview more suspects. So what this is telling me is there may be a main perpetrator, but there could be people who know about this particular incident. That maybe perhaps he didn't really act alone. Maybe he tried to harm himself because he doesn't want to go back to prison, but also he knows that he could get in trouble with someone else, or he doesn't want to dime somebody else out. I don't know, but what I'm concerned about is that he may have harmed himself to such a way that he may not even be able to ever give the police some form of an idea of what happened. So that's a concern here. Doesn't mean he won't pull through, but it is a concern, and time is of the essence with this case. So we've got need to interview more suspects. Okay. I suspect that since they found this guy, they have apprehended him, and they were able to see that he had made a withdrawal from the bank. He did a bank transaction, that perhaps he has a cell phone. There's some way of tracking his digital footprints on where he may have been, and being able to interview people who are at these spots at his home, at his workplace, etc. So need to interview more suspects. Could be just simply need to interview more people in order to get to the bottom of where this family is. It says killer or perpetrator, I like to call them, worked in the area. Okay, so he worked in the area. And this makes sense because it sounds like how he was able to even get inside their business establishment, which is a trucking company, is because he was either picking up trash or picking up recyclables in the parking lot. One of the adults of the family had invited him in to give, to collect some more recyclables or trash to give to him to take, and then they offered him a beverage. So he worked in the area. Now, could it be that he's a transient picking up recyclables and trash? Perhaps. The news and the law enforcement, the notice that I saw, and the family members didn't say if this man truly worked in an official capacity, the suspect, I should say. They didn't say that. They didn't indicate that at all, actually. So I don't know if he's like a transient person who collects cans and, collects recyclables to cash them in, or if he's a part of an actual job, or he works for an employer to go do these tasks. So this makes sense to me here. This makes sense. All right. It says this crime will be solved in the distant future. That is very encouraging to see. And then also it says in the future, the killer may admit guilt, or he may have already admitted guilt to someone else. He may have already confessed to a close loved one or someone else, or someone, an accomplice after the fact. So in the future, someone may admit guilt surrounding what happened to this family. And that is encouraging to see. I'm just hoping that it just stops at that they were abducted, and not that they actually, that he took their life, or that some multiple people took their life. I don't know if he acted alone. I didn't see any other cards. Let me see if there's anything else Spirit wishes to share about this case. I'm called to, that one doesn't apply. I'm actually called to probably not shuffle. Let's see what happens if I go against this, if I go against my intuition. It says victim had a history with the killer. Cell phone records may provide important clues. So I'm wondering, had they seen this gentleman before? Did the adults, Jasleen, Jasdeep, or Amandeep, see him maybe in the parking lot before? They had some level of trust. Maybe they talked to him before. Or maybe the history runs a bit deeper, like maybe they work together, or maybe there's a mutual acquaintance. But there is something there. There is something there. And, I'll stick this off to the side over here. And then cell phone records may provide important clues. A digital footprint. I would imagine that he left a digital footprint. If he went to the ATM, maybe he had a cell phone with him, right? So he left the area where the family was last located or last at, where he took them or where him and someone else took them. So police should be able to look at the phone pings and track his whereabouts in order to maybe get closer to where the family is. The uncle's truck, Amandeep's 2020 black Dodge Ram, was in an orchard somewhere. Perhaps they could see where, some pings, of the main suspect's phone, if that's near that area, or, and then just kind of retrace, like, where was his last known address, and just kind of plotting and seeing. And then cell phone records could also reveal that if he did not act alone, if there was somebody else involved, that they would be able to see calls and exchanges of text or exchanges of phone calls and seeing what those messages are saying. All right. So yeah, there is some level of history, but I don't know how deep it goes. It could just be very much, they saw him a few times in the parking lot. He built their trust. It could be something along those lines. Or it could be something a bit deeper, quite a bit deeper. I don't know. Got some ideas here. We got ladder, broom, and book, and moth and mirror, and coin. This is definitely money motivated. Ascension with the ladder. This is about a belief that someone was stepping up in life, and somebody might feel a certain way about that. This could also be he was stepping up in terms of how much he knew them and how much they knew him. And I don't know, there's something about the ladder card. Like somebody was stepping up in life, and that could have made them more seen by him. And we got rat. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to pull one more card. One more card. No, not that. Diamond. Yeah, they see something of value here. So I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see these cards up close. I do sense, looking at the book card, like he studied them. Like maybe they have been watched by him for a while. Like he was casing the place, studying up on them. So there's that. A rat is among them, and I don't know how to take that. Let me zoom in so you guys can see this a bit closer. I don't know how to take that, right? Like, what is that about? So the broom card is about needing to clean up a situation, getting a situation in order. This could just simply be that they were cleaning up something, cleaning up the property. This could affirm that he was there to help them clean up what trash or recyclables. It could mean that. It also could speak to what may have happened to them, needing to clean up the situation, needing to hush them, to silence them, to move them out of the way, because perhaps he harmed them over what? Coin, money. This could be also a hush-hush situation. What is that about? Because, well, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. We're going to talk about the book card first. This is about research. Like I said, studying up, casing the joint, studying up on this family, learning about them, knowing about them, knowing their moves, their routines, acting as if they're, one way. Somebody as a rat. Someone is a rat among them. Could be just simply the suspect or perpetrators. A untrustworthy person, a traitor. This person may have a diseased mind. Okay. So this person who has a diseased mind, a traitor amongst them, is someone who was studying them, studying their every move, studying what they did, and living in a fantasy world about all the coin that they could get, that they should get, that they're entitled to, that they believe that belongs to them for some strange reason, that their lot in life was going to get higher and ascend as a result of cleaning up the situation and doing what they did. The broom card also is associated with sexual encounters, and that's worrisome because we have, the mom, and I don't believe, anything with the baby, but there's something of concern there about what may have happened. What also is of concern is the moth card. When the moth card comes up in these type of readings, it typically means transformation. And what we mean by transformation is moving from one state of being to the next, transitioning, okay? And so this could mean that there was some sort of transition that has occurred with the people that he studied, or it could mean that he, the perpetrator, the main perpetrator, the suspect, could be making his own transition, okay? That's really alarming because he has the information on where they are, the quickest way to get to them, okay? So let's talk about the mirror. Again, vanity. Feeling like I'm doing this to move up a rung in life, and really having some warped views of themselves or this situation. So we have coin. This is about gaining a better position in life, prosperity, materialism, and doing whatever it takes to get that. And then finally, the diamond card. This is something of high value. And this is what concerns me. What is of high value? Not this rat. I mean, sure, he could be high value because he has information that could quickly lead authorities to the family. But the high value sitting underneath the moth card is telling me that it's one or more of the family members who we as the community value, and we want return back to us. We want return back to the family, back to home. This is about clarity, getting answers, us learning about what may have happened to this family. They are the diamonds in this situation, not dude. Okay, that's what I'm picking up on here. He's not the diamond. I mean, he does hold valuable information about where they may be, but I do believe that police will be able to put some clues together on where he may have last been in order to get the answers that they need and where the family is. I got child. Let's pull a few additional cards. Serial killer. that he has a propensity for doing this. He's done it in the past and he would do it again. And this also could indicate that maybe he's done something like this and it just never was, either properly investigated or discovered. Look, this card had tried to jump earlier. Money motivator. Now, some people were speculating that this had to have been something where a family connection, or that somebody, someone betrayed him. Some people were even saying the cartel could be involved. But honestly, it's looking like cold, hard cash. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. The money motivator is likely just this rat, this perpetrator who, I don't know. I'm feeling like he may have acted alone here. Vehicle. Okay, let me show you all what's going on here. So over here we have the child card, and we have a woman here standing with angel wings. This could mean that the child may be with us, but the female adult may not be. Or it could mean that, a child has transitioned. Hopefully that is not the case. It could mean that, I don't believe that the child is the motivator here. I'm just not picking up on that. But they encountered someone who is like the devil. He has done this before, and now he may have just been escalating. The past crime that he actually convicted for may have not been his first time doing this. He could have done this before. Okay, money is a motivator. We saw that with the coin card. Strong motivator. Apparently this family, Jasdeep, and I'm not sure about Amandeep, like if they were all co-owners, but I guess from what I heard that they have really come in and cleaned up this little corner where their trucking company was. And so it could look like they have quite a bit of money and status, and people may desire that. It's hard times out there in California. It's hard times. I'm from there. And I know what it's like when things are great and when things are lean and stressful, and how dangerous it can be. Interestingly enough, this card jumped, uncle. And it has, like casino chips. So was there something more with the uncle? Maybe the uncle has some sort of familiarity with this person. And maybe that's why they felt comfortable with him coming into their life. Could be a money tie here with the uncle. It could just simply mean that somebody who is an uncle is the main perpetrator, or this could just simply represent the uncle, Amandeep. But it's not lost on me that the uncle card has jumped here. We've got mountains. So some sort of natural setting that they could possibly be located, perhaps nearby mountain range or nearby hilly area outdoors, perhaps. We've got man. And in this deck, there are cards that will say two or more, a group. I have another deck I'm going to shuffle with before I let you all go. I have a couple of more. But I sense that if it was multiple people, it may come up. It may just simply be that there is the main perp and then a man close to that main perp who knows and may be trying to help him out. Okay, who helped him out even. A man sitting underneath the serial killer card who may have driven them and helped them while he went to the ATM. Okay. Because when he went to the ATM, they weren't there from what we could tell unless they were inside the vehicle, tied up. but I'm sensing someone helped him after he did all that he's done. Okay, that's what I'm picking up on. I'm gonna pull just a couple more cards here. Any additional insight, Spirit, you wish to share regarding this case? This deck has become so challenging for me to shuffle these days. I'm not sure why. Give us additional insight, Spirit, if you so choose. Alone in the world. Sacrifice. Nope. Let me not try to knock down the whole. So alone in this world is interesting to me, because it could just simply be saying, okay, if you all are thinking that this person had multiple people who went in with guns blazing and did this, perhaps you may want to rethink this. Alone in the world could mean that the perpetrator did this all on his own. Or it could mean that he felt alone in the world, that he was hoping that his lot would be better in life if he was able to just get some coins, and things just escalated. Things escalated quickly, actually. We have sacrifice. And so he sacrificed something for someone, and he doesn't really, I don't know. It says, I won't cry for you. I don't know what that one means yet. Let me just pull some additional cards to see if I can get some additional insights. I wish that dog would be quiet. Additional insights. I'm not sure what that could be speaking to. Let's shuffle from this side. February. Let's see if there's tied and bound. Oh, waiting rescue and delays. That's interesting. Internet messaging and social media. I'll show you all these cards in a minute. I'm not sure what I won't cry for you. The sacrifice is like, I'm sacrificing your life, and there's a sacrifice here. Betrayal. Now that's interesting. And Van. Okay, I'm going to stop there for now and just kind of show what we've got. Let me move some of these decks around. We're almost done, folks. We are almost done. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure about the alone in, well, I know about the alone in the world, but in terms of the sacrifice card, someone was sacrificed. Someone was sacrificed in the situation. It could have been they were sacrificed when this incident occurred. Someone is now maybe alone now, living but alone. And I won't cry for you is interesting. Someone having to be strong. So we have motorbike. This is about self-propelled, moving. Again, it's still kind of giving me solo vibes here. I could be wrong, and that someone helped him along, one or two people. Only one or two people can fit comfortably on a motorcycle. I live in a country where I've seen like as many as like 4 or 5 people, believe it or not, on a motorcycle. However, this is, in our country, and this is saying that, or not our country, but the U.S., so 1 or 2 people may at the most be really involved. Somebody was tied up and bound. We mentioned that earlier. We talked about that I said that perhaps he had somebody tied up and bound, like a threat, like, if you don't give me the correct ATM number or PIN number, I am going to hurt so-and-so, right? So it could be something like that. So somebody was tied up and bound. And then something could have been an accidental discharge of maybe the gun. And then he had to clean up what he did. Like, so this is an interesting thing. Now, it could be that maybe his ultimate intention was that he wanted to rob them, he wanted to get the money, and he didn't want it to go beyond that. Because the past crime he did, it didn't go beyond that, right? However, something happened, an accidental injury or an accidental discharge that caused someone to lose their life, to transition. And as a result, he had to clean up the situation. But he, wasn't counting on getting caught up so fast. But he should not have gone to the ATM because there is this picture on the surveillance, so it didn't take police that long to figure it out, right? Like, I don't know, it was like not a genius moment. February could speak to when developments pop up surrounding this case. It could speak to someone's birthday month. It could speak to when more key evidence is found. So February may be of significance here. What else I want to talk to you about? Van. Maybe it took a larger vehicle, or, it could have been just one of their trucks or trucking vehicles, or it could have been, someone else. Remember I said somebody else driving after the fact, moving them around from place to place. Betrayal. This card is interesting to me, and it's interesting to me because of the rat card. The rat card came up, right? And so when a rat card comes up, it usually means a traitor, someone who can't be trusted. Could it have just simply be that he's a traitor to this family, that he maybe had started to, there could have been trust that was starting to form over the last few weeks even. It could be that. Or it could be something more sinister, okay? It could be something more sinister. And we'll see if it's necessary to do a detailed tarot reading and do a part 2. I sense that maybe everything's going to kind of unfold quickly with this case, and there may not be a need for me to do a part 2. But if the case starts to drag on, we could start to ask about some of these cards here that came up, namely the rat card and the betrayal card and the uncle card and the man card, the serial card. What else has this person done? Overseas, local, or global travel. I sense that the person who may have assisted him after the fact may try to leave or flee. Maybe he even was having plans, the perpetrator, of leaving and fleeing. This also could just simply represent the family. I believe they immigrated here. I don't know when, or if they're first or second generation. So it could speak to that dynamic. Sometimes I don't know why the cards that come up, but they do. Let me turn this around so you guys don't see the glare. And let me zoom out so you guys can see it better. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see all the cards at this moment, but I'll take a still shot so you can. Okay. We have awaiting rescue, delays. So time is of the essence. And this is why I'm like wondering, is somebody bound and needing to be rescued? Hold on one moment. I need to lock my door. Okay. Okay, so could someone be waiting who's bound and tied up, and time is of the essence? If like law enforcement doesn't find them, could something happen to them? That is alarming to think about, because this man who is accused of taking this family is now in an intensive care unit and could possibly die. And, you know, just depending on how long it takes law enforcement to find this family could make a life or death moment for this family. We have internet messaging and social media. Important clues will be between messaging, okay? And also what's interesting to me is the internet social media piece. This case could have a chance of kind of growing like wildfire and quickly, and a lot of speculation. So content creators, be careful with this case. Be respectful of cultural differences. Be kind, be considerate, and just kind of suspend judgment when I see a card like this come up in such a case. So that is something that it was interesting to me that popped up. I think that's it. So yeah, let me know what you all think. Let me know what comes up for you intuitively surrounding this mystery. Prayers up for this family, for their loved ones, for the community that they come from, and we just want them home. Spirit, we just want them home. Whew, this one's heavy. So let me know if, you have any questions, or if we were to do a part 2 tarot and oracle reading, what would you like to see? Oh, before I let you all go, I know this is a long video, but before I let you go, I'm just going to pull a couple of cards, just seeing if there's any insights here. Medical or dental office. Suburbs. I was hoping that we could get some clues on where they may be. All right, so I'm gonna just shuffle and see if there's anything else. Sorry, I had to go check on my dog. If there's any additional information or clues as to where this family may be, or more information about this suspect. Okay, so I don't know if we're gonna get a lot of answers here, but park, he could have initially taken them to a natural park or natural outdoor setting. But what's interesting to me is we got convenience store. Perhaps there's surveillance, additional surveillance captured with this card. Car wash, trying to get rid of evidence. Car wash, a nearby car wash. If it's his own personal vehicle or a work vehicle, for example, perhaps maybe he tried to clean the vehicle and there could be surveillance capturing that. That could lead, authorities to where he may be. Homebound, this could be that there's important clues in someone's home or in his home even, or because he doesn't seem like a genuinely very bright guy, this guy. And if he's doing this just simply for money motivations, he's not very smart about it. Going to the ATM and withdrawing money, you're for sure going to get caught up on surveillance. Repair shop, there could be just important clues at a repair shop, perhaps. This area sounds like in a commercial area, so there could be surveillance at all these different locations, with the exception of the park. So confident that the police are going to find out what happened to them, where they are at. And, I could be wrong. But the cards seem to indicate that that they may be found. We see that with the diamond card, the awaiting rescue and delays. And let's see. And then the card over here, this crime will be solved in the distant future. So there is, some resolution coming, and that's a great thing, right? So anyways, on your way out, you know what I'm going to ask you all to do. Please hit the like button. It really does help me and the channel, and I appreciate you so much for doing so. If you haven't already done so, subscribe, and more content like this will be coming your way. And like I said, if you think that there's more things to answer in, a part 2, I'll consider doing a part 2. I don't know if it's necessary at this time based on all that is coming out so quickly, but you never know. And you all might have some enlightening questions that we can ask the cards in a part 2. All right, you all. Love you all. Take very good care of yourselves, please. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.